Good morning everyone, it is Friday today, which is the start of a new food week for me. So for breakfast today I'm taking to work one of these Greek yogurt and peach split pots from M&S. They're 2.5 cents, and with that I'm taking some mango. It's not speed, it is free. I'm not taking any other fruit because that'll do me. I've used all my little fruit pots that I made during the rest of the week up, and I need to use up the mango before it goes bad. So that's 2.5 cents for breakfast, and then for lunch I'm taking quite a junky lunch I think for me. I'm taking one of these mug shots. I've had the pastrami sandwiches all week, but we're having soup tonight for dinner and I want to use my healthy extra beef for that, so I'm taking this Chinese inspired mug shot. I've not tried this one before. It's the salt and pepper chili beef noodles. It's 1.5 cents for a packet. I've got a packet of Palm Bear which is 3.5 cents. Got a little tub of cottage cheese just because I need to use the rest of that up. I had some with my tea the rest of the week. And then I'm taking a little Malteser reindeer because it's officially October now. It's the 3rd today, and that will be 3 cents. So it's 6.5, 7, 8 cents in total for my lunch today, and then 10.5 including my breakfast. And tonight for dinner we're having soup. This is ham and split pea soup. It's got carrots and onions, yellow split peas and ham. It's completely sin free, and then to go with that I saved my healthy extra beef for the day. I've got 2 of these little wholemeal sub rolls from Marks and Spencer's, and on them I have put some butter. I put a teaspoon for each one, so half a teaspoon on each half. So that's half a cent for each roll, so that's 1 cent. Oh, and I never ate my Malteser bunny today. I gave it to one of my colleagues who also likes gingerbread, so I gave it to her. I might have one after dinner, we'll see how I feel. But anyway, dinner tonight is 1 cent and my healthy extra bee. Good morning everyone, it is now Saturday morning, and for breakfast I'm having my absolute favourite breakfast, whether I'm on Slimming World or not. I can't remember if it's Turkish eggs, Greek eggs or whatever. It was a recipe from either Pinch of Nom or the Two Chubby Cubs. If I find it, I'll link it in the description below. This is yogurt on the bottom and it's got garlic and salt in it, so it's more of a savoury yogurt, and the yogurt's fat free, so it's completely sin free. And then I've got 2 poached eggs on top. My poached eggs I do in the microwave because I like them hard. They're sin free. And then on the top I've melted a tablespoon of Flora Light, which is 2 cents, and fried it with some chilli flakes. So in total this little portion here is 2 cents for the Flora Light that's melted over it. And then I've got 2 of the little sub rolls from M&S that I've had for the last week. They are my healthy extra beef. I've toasted them so I can dip them in my yogurt and my egg. Well, I can't dip them in my eggs because I don't have runny eggs, but you know what I mean. And then for some speed I have some of the vine tomatoes from Aldi, just roasted in the oven with some salt, pepper and fry light. So this morning's breakfast is 2 cents plus my healthy extra beef. And for dinner tonight we're having fish chips, mushy peas. This is the lightly dusted cod fillet from Marks and Spencer's. It's 3.5 cents for a fillet. And then I've got some chip shop mushy peas, the bachelor's one, sin free. Some Slimming World chips which are also sin free. And then my son informed me today that our pickled eggs are ready. He's been pinching a couple, so we're having some of them. So it's 3.5 cents for tonight's dinner. That's mine. And that's Ali's, and then afterwards we're going to have one of these each. I've had to put the information in the sins calculator and it came up at 7.5 cents, but I've got the sins to use, so I'm having one. And I'm doing something tonight I never normally do, which is have snacks because I'm up so freaking late. It's like 11:30 and I'm awake, which is not normal. I'm having a bag of the proper corn, the sea salted one. This is 2 cents. I love this stuff. I'm having some mango, which is sin free but not speed. And then Ali got these Coke lemons, the 0 sugar ones. I've not tried them before, so I'm going to have one of that as well. That's probably not going to help me go to sleep anytime soon, to be honest with you. Good morning, it is now Sunday, and for breakfast today I'm having a bacon roll and a yogurt. The bacon is sin free and I've got it on one of the Aldi wholemeal rolls, which is a healthy extra beef. I've got a teaspoon of Flora Light on there, which is half a cent, and I've got half a tablespoon of brown sauce, which is half a cent. So it's 1 cent in total for my roll. And then this little strawberry broccoli yogurt is half a cent. So 1.5 cents for breakfast today, and there's coffee with my healthy extra 8 milk allowance in it. It's a little bit later in the day now. It's a bit too late to have lunch because it's almost tea time, like in an hour or two. But I am getting hungry, so I'm going to have a packet of Pom Bear, which is 3.5 cents. And I forgot I had these. I don't even know how I forgot. I've had them in my cupboard for over a week, untouched. Having a packet of Percy Pigs. These are 5 cents. Crazy that these are more cents than these. But that's 8.5 cents for my snacks today, having a cup of tea as well. And tonight for dinner we're having the Nando's style fakeaway. So I've got the Nando's garlic bag and bake. This is a third of a portion. I've got a portion for me, a portion for Ali, and then a portion for the freezer. So it'll be, it's 3 cents for the whole bag, so it'll be 1 cent for a portion. I've got chips with mine, which are sin free. A corn on the cob with 1 teaspoon of Flora lighter on it. You can actually see it's down there. It's melted. That's half a cent. And then I've got some peas with, again, a teaspoon of Flora Light and a teaspoon of mint sauce. They're half a cent each, so it's 1 cent for the peas. And then a little side salad, just so I had some speed on my plate, because obviously the corn on the cob and the peas are not speed. So it is 2.5 cents for my dinner this evening. That's mine. And that's Ali's. He has got, well, he's got 2 chicken breasts. He's got spicy rice. The spicy rice, we had 1 portion, 1 tub in the freezer, and it wasn't enough to do 2 portions. So I says, oh, we'll have a wee drop of chips and a wee drop of spicy rice each. He was like, I don't want chips. So I was like, fine, I'll just have chips and you can have all the spicy rice. Also, here's a question. There was 5 chicken fillets in the bag. I'm only having 1 chicken fillet. There's 2 here for Ali and 2 over there. So would you divide that into 3 portions, because it is like 3 separate meals for people, or would you divide it into 5 portions? Do you know what I mean? Because there's 5 different chicken breasts. I've just put it into 3. It doesn't matter, it's only a sin, but what would you do? How would you count it? And for pudding tonight, I made the 2 cent Swiss roll, and we're having about a quarter of each, so it's half a cent. And then on top of that I put some of the M&S mango and passion fruit coulis, which is 1 cent for a tablespoon, and I've just got a tablespoon on it, so that's mine. Then on Ali's I melted a tablespoon of the, what do you call it, what was that chocolate called, Ali? Some sort of chocolate spread, and I'll put it on the screen, and it's 3.5 cents for a tablespoon. I melted that and just put it on top, spread it a wee bit. Good morning everyone, it is now Monday morning and it is back to work today. I am not feeling it in the slightest, but here's what I'm having for breakfast and lunch today. I'm not hungry at the minute, so I'll probably have my breakfast by the time I get to work. I've got 3 tubs of fruit today. Mango is sin free, and the strawberries, blueberries and oranges are speed. I've got one of these mango and passion fruit yogurts from M&S. This is 2.5 cents. For lunch, my main thing is soup. I have the ham and split pea soup today. I am so looking forward to it because I just love soup. That's completely sin free. To go with that, I've got a little roll as my healthy extra B. This is the Aldi one. I'm only able to have a roll today and tomorrow because on Wednesday and Thursday we're using Healthy Extra B for dinner. So my lunch is going to change slightly this week, and I'll show you that when it happens. Pom Bear 3.5 cents and Percy Pigs 5 cents, because today and tomorrow our dinner's sin free, so I can use a bit more cents on our lunch. So 5, 8.5, 9, 10, 11 cents for lunch / breakfast today. I also got Coke that I'm taking, and I've got my coffee right here. And I'm just washing out Ali's new flask for his lunch. You didn't need to know that. And for dinner tonight we're having the Indian meatballs that I made yesterday in my food prep. These are completely sin free. If you want to know how to make them, I'll link the video, and also it is a Slimming World recipe from the Slimming World app. It does tell you to top it with mint, so I've done that. I've got basmati rice on the bottom, that's sin free, and then I've got some courgette on the side. I've got courgette in the fridge that needs used up, so I'm just having it as some speed. So that's a completely sin-free meal, and that is Ali's one. He doesn't like courgette, so he's having cucumber. And also I did not eat my Percy Pigs or my fruit. Well, I didn't eat my oranges, I ate my mango and my strawberries and blueberries, so I'm just going to keep them to the side or in the fridge for tomorrow. I'm not going to have mango tomorrow because I finished that today, so I'll probably eat my oranges tomorrow. And for pudding tonight, I am going to have the rest of the Swiss cake because it doesn't keep long in the fridge. It goes quite soggy in that if you keep it too long. So this is half a sin, and then I've got the fruit coulis on it, the mango and passion fruit one, which is 1 sin for a tablespoon. So it's 1.5 sins for this. I think I'm ending the day on 7.5 sins. It is Tuesday and lunch today pretty much looks like the same as yesterday. I've got soups today. I've got chicken and veg and barley soup or Scotch broth. That's completely sin free. I've not got any pommes beurre left, so I've got some proper corn. The sea salted one is 2 sins. I've got some strawberries and blueberries, some orange, that's the stuff for yesterday. They're all speed. I've got a wholemeal roll, the Aldi's one, which is my healthy extra B. I'm still taking Percy pigs because I might eat them, you never know, especially because I find the popcorn is lighter than a packet of crisps. It's maybe not as filling. So I'm taking these. These are 5 cents for this tiny little bag. I can't go over it, but worth it because I do love Percy pigs. And I'm taking a Coke and an Iron Brew that are sugar free. I've already had my yogurt this morning, which was 2.5 cents. So lunch today is 7 cents. Yeah, 7 cents for lunch and 2.5 cents for breakfast. Good morning everyone, it is now Wednesday and my lunch is same but slightly different. So I'm taking soup. This is the chicken and veg soup in here. That's going to be my lunch all week, chicken and veg soup. I've got a packet of proper corn, the sea salted one, which is 2 cents. I've not got a roll today to have with my soup because I'm using my healthy extra beef for dinner today. Sorry, this is going to be my breakfast. This is the Brooklyn light Greek style yogurt, the strawberry one, that's half a sin. And then I've got some Satsuma segments, which are speed, orange and strawberries and blueberries, which are also speed. And because I'm not taking a roll, I've taken some pickles because I wanted to take something that was sin free. I was going to take some crackers, or olive crackers, but my dinner is going to be pretty high in sins because I've got cheese on it. There's mayonnaise and pepperoni. We're having pizza bagels, so I didn't want to take anything too high in sins. So I've got a pickled egg in there and some pickled gherkins. The pickled gherkins, my colleague at work got me the big massive jar at Costco, so you know what Ali's like, he'll go through them so easily, but I'm just taking them as a wee snack instead of the roll. I know it's not the same as a roll. I'm not going to dip it in my soup, but it's just something extra. And also, I'm not taking Percy pigs or anything. First of all, they're too high in sins and I've not eaten them the last 2 days at all. So my breakfast will be half a sin. Lunch will be 2 cents in total. And tonight for dinner we're having pizza bagels and salad. So the pizza bagels, I've got one of the Warburton's wholemeal, one of the Warburton's protein thins, which is my healthy extra beef for today. I've got some, oh my god, I forgot the name of it. I'll put the name of the pizza sauce that's on the screen. That's completely sin free. I've got 6 slices of pepperoni, which I think they work out at half a cent each. So I've got 3 cents of pepperoni, and on top I've got about, oh god, I can't even remember. It was like, I cut 50 grams of the mozzarella for Aldi, but I never used it all. I used about 1.5 of that. So it's 3 cents for 25 grams. So I've used whatever 12.5 plus 25 is. So it's 4.5 cents for the mozzarella. You can use it as a healthy extra A as well, that cheese. And then I've got a pickled egg, a pickled gherkin, because I love them. I've made some homemade coleslaw with yogurt and mayonnaise and salt and pepper just. I've not got any lemon to put in it, which I normally would. It's 1.5 cents a portion. It's got cabbage, carrots, onion. I think that's about it, yeah. So they're all speed. And then I've got a salad with lettuce, tomato, cucumber and some yellow pepper. And I'm going to put some of this on my salad. A tablespoon of this, which is half a cent, once I have finished my pizza bits, because I didn't want the dressing going anywhere near that. So I'll put it on the screen what my dinner is in total, because I can't even remember it off the top of my head. That's mine and that's Ali's. Good morning everyone and welcome to the start of a new food week. It is Friday today and I've got work. So for breakfast I'm taking one of these Greek yogurts, the Brooklyn ones from Aldi. This is the one with mango and it is 2.5 cents. It's really nice and thick and creamy. I love this yogurt and it's not as expensive as the Marks and Spencer ones, but I have to say, I do prefer the Marks and Spencer ones, but these are a good alternative. And then for lunch, we're running out of like fruit and veg and everything, so I've not got a fruit pot today, but I am taking the same lunch I've had all week. I've got the, what soup is it? It's a chicken and barley soup, or Scotch broth soup. That is completely sin free. And then I've got 2 of the little wholemeal subs from Marks and Spencer's. I'm on my last packet. These are 2 for a healthy extra B, and then I've got a tub of cucumber, because that is literally all I have left in the fridge, fruit and veg wise. That's speed. And then I'm taking a gingerbread Kit Kat, because also my son's ate all our crisps and popcorn and everything. He had finished all his by, I think, last weekend, and I've been giving him mine, what I've had over the last few days' lunches and everything. So none of us have got any crisps or that left, so I'm having a Kit Kat instead, which is nice because I'm not going through these half as much as I would like to, because of sin allowance and everything. I'd rather have crisps than chocolate. I'm that type of person. Love these gingerbread Kit Kats, they're delicious. I actually prefer these to the gingerbread Maltesers. The gingerbread Maltesers are not very strong gingerbread flavour. I still like them, but these are more gingerbready than the Malteser bunny, reindeer, whatever it is. This is 5 sins. So between my breakfast and lunch today, it's 7.5 sins. And tonight for dinner, we're having fish and chips and mushy peas. So I've got the Marks and Spencer's cod fillet, lightly dusted cod fillet, which is 3.5 sins. I've got some Slimming World chips, which are sin-free, some mushy peas, not speed, but mushy peas goes with fish and chips. That's also free, and then I've got a couple of pickled eggs there as well. They're sin-free, so dinner tonight is 3.5 sins in total. That's mine, and that's Ali's. He's put himself, I think, off pickles with all the gherkins and pickled eggs that he's ate in the last week, so he's just having fish chips and mushy peas. It is now Saturday morning, and for breakfast, brunch, I am having my favourite. I don't even know what it's called. I always get confused if it's Turkish eggs or Greek eggs. It doesn't matter. Tastes delicious. I love it. It's yogurt with garlic and salt, so like savoury yogurt. That's completely sin-free because it's fat-free Greek yogurt. I've got 2 poached eggs. The poached eggs I do in the microwave. I don't think I've ever tried to make poached eggs on the hob, like real poached eggs before. They're sin-free. I've got 1 tablespoon of Flora Light melted with some chilli flakes, and that's poured over, so that's 2 sins for the Flora Light. Some plum tomatoes for speed. I've also got some satsumas here for speed. These are the wholemeal sub rolls, the mini sub rolls from M&S, and I wasn't going to have them because I am using my healthy extra B today for dinner, but I'm actually going to have these and count the sins because I'm not having a lot of sins today for breakfast or dinner. So it's 7 sins, 3.5 sins each for these little mini sub rolls, and then 2 sins for the butter, so that's 9 sins. So I am using a lot of sins now, but if I wasn't having these, I wouldn't be using a lot of sins. It is now Sunday, and for breakfast today I'm having a sliced sausage bagel. I've not got any rolls or that. So the bagel is 7.5 sins because again I'm having the same dinner as I had last night. So I'm using the pita as my healthy extra B. Actually, it doesn't matter what way I do it. One of them's healthy extra B, one of them's 7.5 sins. I've got a teaspoon of Flora Light on there, which is half a sin. I've got a sliced sausage, which is the wee hay meat skinny steak slice, which is 1.5 sins. I've got a half a tablespoon of HP brown sauce, which is half a sin. And then I've got 2 satsumas for speed. So I think if I count this one as sins, it's 10 sins for breakfast this morning. It is now Monday morning and it's back to work for me. So I have one of these Brooklyn Light Greek style yogurts. The strawberry one is half a sin, that's my last one. And a pot of honeydew melon for breakfast, that's speed, so breakfast half a sin. And then for lunch I've made some pesto pasta. This is made using, I think it was a Sainsbury light pesto jar, and that's 1.5 sin for a tablespoon. The whole jar was 8 tablespoons because I made it for Ali and me, which was 12 cents. So divided by the 6 portions that I got, that's 2 cents a portion. This chicken on top was half a cent for the whole pack, and it went through the 6 portions that I made. So I'm just going to count that as half a cent. So it'll be 2.5 cents for lunch. I've also got some tomatoes in there for speed. Well, 2.5 cents for the pesto, no for my full lunch. I've got a packet of the smoky barbecue fridge raiders, which are 1 cent. A packet of mature cheddar proper corn, which is 2.5 cents for a packet. This is, what size a packet? 10 grams. I've got a banana, which is sin free, and some orange satsumas or easy peelers, I can't remember what one. That is speed. So 2.5 cents for my pasta, 6 cents for lunch today. And for dinner tonight we're having sausage casserole. So I've got these Sainsbury's low fat Cumberland sausages, I think they were. They were in my shopping haul and they're 1 cent each. I've got 3 of them. And then I used yellow pepper, onion and carrots. And I used my new food processor to chop them, and I chopped them too finely so it's a bit mushy. But I did get some sliced carrots in there as well. They're all speed. And then I used chopped tomatoes and I can't remember if it was the Coleman's or the Schwartz sausage casserole seasoning mix, which was 5.5 cents. But I've got 5 portions out of it. So I'm rounding up to 1.5 cents per portion for that. So it's 3 cents for my sausages, 1.5 cents for this casserole mix, and then I've got green beans for speed, kale for speed, and some mashed potato with 2 cents worth of Flora Light in there. So in total, dinner tonight is 6.5 cents. Good morning everyone, it is now Tuesday, and for breakfast I'm having something slightly different. The same, but slightly different. So I'm still having yogurt. I've got some of the 0% fat Greek yogurt, which is sin free, and then I've added 2 tablespoons of this mango and passion fruit coulis from M&S into it. That is 1 cent a tablespoon, so 2 cents for breakfast. And then I'm taking the exact same lunch as I had yesterday. I didn't eat my popcorn yesterday. This is the same packet from yesterday. I just took it back out my bag, but I've got to take it with me still, just in case. You never know when you're feeling a bit more peckish during the day. But other than that, exact same lunch. It's now Wednesday, and for dinner tonight we're having steak, bake, chips and beans. There's no speed veg. I'm just not in the mood for vegetables, or well, all I've got is salady stuff and I'm not in the mood. It's flipping freezing outside. I want home cooked warm food. Anyway, I've got a steak bake which I made. It's using a Weight Watcher white wrap, and then a tin of the stewed steak from Marks and Spencer's, which is completely sin free. The Weight Watcher wrap is my healthy extra B, and then I just brushed it with some egg, which is also sin free, so that's completely sin free. I've got chips, which I'm trying my homemade chips, Slim & World chips, which I used to make all the time, but I've not got the time to make them on the night now. Well, peel the potato, cut them, parboil them, and then put them in the air fryer. So I'm seeing how they work out. So I've got 2 different, I've got ones for frozen and ones that were chilled. I'm seeing what one's better. And then I've got some beans, and they're sin free. Sorry, the chips are sin free and the beans are sin free. So everything is sin free. No speed, but it's a sin free meal. That's mine, and that's Ali's. We're both trying the different kinds of chips. It is now Thursday evening. I haven't shown my lunch since the start of the week, and it's basically been the same lunch all week. I did not eat my popcorn on Monday or Tuesday, so I was 2.5 cents less for that, but I did have it yesterday, and oh my god, it's so good. I highly recommend the cheddar popcorn. Is it Proper Corn is the brand name? So delicious, and you get quite a lot in the bag. It says 10 grams, but it's a lot of popcorn, to me anyway. I highly recommend it if you're looking for a really savoury snack. It's very cheesy. Anyway, Thursday, same for lunch as I've had all week, and for dinner tonight we're just having soup and bread. I've got some of my homemade Scotch broth or chicken, vegetable and barley soup. It's very speedy. It's got carrots, onions, leeks and swede or turnip, whatever you call it, in there. It's got chicken, which is sin free, and barley, which is sin free. It's completely sin free soup. And then for my Healthy Extra B, this is my last two. Well, Ali's got the other two for his dinner when he comes home from work, but my last two little subs from Marks and Spencer's I've kept them in the freezer. These are two for a Healthy Extra B. I've got the last two. I'm so sad because I really like them. And it feels like a lot of bread for a Healthy Extra B. And then on them, between the 4 pieces that I've got, the 4 halves, I've got a full tablespoon, level tablespoon of Floralite, so that's went between the 4, so that's 2 cents for the whole, all the Floralite that I've used. God, my brain is so dead today, I can't even speak properly. And then for a little sweet treat, because it's Star Week, have I said that yet? Star Week happened this week, and I'm in the mood for a sweet treat, so I'm having a Kit Kat gingerbread. Ali's going to have one too, and then I've only got one left. This is 5 cents. So in total, with the Kit Kat, my dinner is going to be 7 cents tonight, plus my Healthy Extra B. Good morning everyone, I am just jumping on here to give you a quick weigh-in update. As you will have seen, I have done 2 weeks of food videos that I've been eating over the past couple of weeks, because last weekend I edited a whole bunch of videos that I had to edit. And I realised I've got videos all the way up to like November time, and if I keep going the way I'm going, because I'm like working a month behind, I'm going to have videos way into December, so I need to try and get as many videos out before the end of November so that I can do Vlogmas properly in December and be kind of up to date. So you might get 2 weeks of what I ate in a week for the next couple of videos. Weigh-in update. So at the end of the first week was perfect, absolutely no issues. I don't think there was any issues. I had lost £1, so that brought my total weight loss to £8, minus £8. And then this week there was not a lot of issues. I noticed I hadn't put the Floralite both days, on Saturday and Sunday, that I had with my breakfast. I hadn't put that on the app when I was adding all my sins and healthy extras and everything, when I was tracking everything. For some reason, I blanked with the Floralite and with the sauce on Sunday that I had on my roll. Didn't put them on the app, and then I ended up being over my sins. I think on Saturday I was 15.5 sins, and on Sunday I was 16.5 sins total at the end of the day. Sorry, I can see my hair's fluffy. I've not put my hairband in it yet, it's downstairs. Yeah, so there was that little issue, so try not to forget to put everything that you're having to sin on your tracker. I did make that mistake. It's such a rookie mistake, and I mean, I'm not perfect all the time anyway with it. Mostly I don't put all the free food on the app and everything. I usually just put everything that's Healthy Extra A, Healthy Extra B and sinned, just so I can keep track of where I am with the sins. I don't usually put all the salads and everything and fruit, whatever, because it just takes so much time. I need time back. And also it was Star Week this week, so I was a little bit worried about stepping on the scales. Yesterday morning, Saturday morning, you might be able to tell, oh god, your sauce gone. You might be able to tell that it's actually light, because usually I'm filming this on a Friday morning just before I go to work, and I'm rushing it and it's dark, but it's light. I've waited until I've got light. I can't open this window, so it might not be perfect lighting because I can't open this blind because it was blinding me. Anyway, I was worried about stepping on scales. Star Week, and I went a little over my sins on a couple of days. The last time it was Star Week, I had a perfect week on plan, that I believe was a perfect week on plan, and lost not a single ounce. This week, I actually did lose a whole ass pound, so I'm very happy. I stepped on the scale and it was minus £1, which brings my total weight loss now to minus £9. I'll show you my little tracker. So in total over the last 2 weeks I've lost £2. It brings my total weight loss to minus £9, and I've got 1 stone 3.5 pound left to go to Target. I'm very slow and steady this time, guys. I've been noticing. I usually am quite slow and steady, but the last time I was on Slimming World, which was 2 years ago now, I think I started it when I started this job that I'm currently in, which was in the September. I was like, right, I'm starting a new job, I'm getting right back on plan. It was so much easier back then, and I think I was doing really good. I wasn't having like massive weight losses or anything. But it was like probably the best I've done on Slimming World. So slow and steady is winning the race at the minute. I am happy to be losing a pound a week. I don't know how many weeks it is from Christmas at the minute. 9 or 10 weeks, is it? God, I don't know, but I'll be happy to keep on losing £1 a week right up until Christmas. But I know that's not going to happen. I know there's going to be weeks where I am very indulgent. Ali's birthday's coming up very soon, and I know that's just going to be a disaster of a week food-wise, but I am prepared for it. I am preparing for it mentally. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like it if you did, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.